Hi, I'm Amanda Harvey from ChoosingLifeMyWay.com. The subject of this video is 10 ways for finding inner peace. Inner peace is one of the most wonderful things that we can experience, and it makes an enormous difference in the way that we live our lives. Peace is a feeling of absolute well-being and that all is right with the world, even if things are going absolutely crazy around us. It's an absence of struggle, an absence of fear, an absence of worry, and an absolute feeling that all is right. Of course, it's a lot easier to experience inner peace when everything is going well in the world around us. But by cultivating and deliberately learning and practicing certain techniques for increasing our ability to experience inner peace, we find that we'll be able to access this more easily, more often, no matter what's going on around us. So here are 10 ways of finding inner peace. Number 1 is to pray, to make deliberate and conscious contact with your higher power, to communicate on a deep level with the source of all love and light and power and strength and life. And you can do this by using words, or it can be simply a wordless communication, a feeling of deep gratitude and oneness, as well as being one of the most important ways of creating inner peace. Praying can also give us the reassurance and the feeling that we don't have to do it all by ourselves, that we are always supported and loved and cherished, and we are not alone. We are never alone. Number 2 is to make increased contact and to have increased sense of connection with your own higher self. The wiser, more loving, more true part of who you are. And that part can often get neglected in the day-to-day events of life, when your human self is at the forefront, being and doing and having and getting. So a really great way to develop this connection with your higher self is to cultivate moments of silence. Meditation is a wonderful way of doing this, of embracing silence. But for a lot of people, it's extremely difficult to sit quietly for any length of time without thoughts taking over your mind. So I'd like to suggest to you a technique that's offered by Dr. Wayne Dyer for cultivating moments of silence. What this technique involves is to use a text, perhaps a prayer or any kind of text that resonates with you, and then between each word to deliberately and consciously go into the silence in that pause, and just to feel how wonderful and blissful and peaceful that silence is. Gradually, as you practice this, work at increasing the length of those pauses, those moments of blissful, pure silence. Number 3 is to still the chatter of the voices in your mind, the so-called monkey mind. One very effective way of learning to do this is to work on replacing those thoughts, that constant stream of thoughts, by focusing on the repetition of a word, a phrase, or a sound, either silently or aloud. I love to use the words "thank you" or "all is well." And another wonderful thing that you can try using is a mantra, Om, from the Sanskrit language of India, a holy sound that represents the divine being. And this is said to be the greatest and the most powerful mantra. But the key is really to find something that can replace the thoughts and the chatter and the endless stream of things that run through your mind, and allow yourself to just become still. Allow your mind to become still. Number 4 is to learn to listen to your intuition. Intuition is the still, small voice of your soul. And practicing the first 3 ways that I shared with you is wonderful preparation for being able to hear that voice. When you're in connection with your higher self, when you're in connection with your higher power, and when you're able to embrace silence and you're able to still your mind, you'll find that you don't have to actively listen all that hard to hear the voice of your inner knowing. It's able to be heard in those moments of silence. Practice listening to your inner knowing. Learn to trust yourself. Learn to trust the voice of your soul. And demonstrate that trust by putting the knowing, putting the wisdom that you receive into practice, by taking action. Number 5 is to honor your highest values in everything that you do. Whenever you make a choice, whether it's a small choice, such as what you want to eat for breakfast, or a big choice, such as the direction that you want your career to take, take time to think about whether this choice is aligning with the things that you believe are truly and deeply important to you, to the things that you feel you want to have more of in your life. Are you acting in a way that's aligning you with the way that you know you truly are on a deep basis, and whether these also align you with the way that you want to become in your life? It's also very important to practice forgiving yourself for those times when you don't act accordingly with your highest values. You are not always going to make the higher choice. None of us are. Forgive yourself for being human. That's what we are. But do ask for help and for guidance from your higher self and your higher power in being able to make choices that align you more consciously and more authentically with who you really are. Number 6 is to connect with nature. In our daily lives, it's very easy for our nerves to become very frazzled with the constant action and activity. So it's very important to take time on a regular basis to slow down and to get away from the hustle and bustle, and to be in a place where you can consciously connect and be around the beauty and the healing and the energizing power of nature. And in that way, to feel deeply and strongly connected to the earth and everything in it. Number 7 is to nurture your connection with all of humanity and with all living beings. Rather than focusing on the external things in the people that you meet, such as habits and appearance and behavior, really practice consciously looking for the divine in everyone that you come into contact with. The same divine life source that flows through you flows through each and every one of us. And when you can focus on this and focus on appreciating with this deep connection, you find that it's a lot easier not only to develop your own sense of inner peace, but it's also easier to feel connected and to feel like you are part of something greater than just being one small individual human being. Number 8 is to trust in the perfect order of the universe. When you can develop the ability to know that everything is happening exactly as it should, this will allow you to let go of a lot of the struggle that we often experience, and the feeling that we need to try and control things that are beyond our control, or to change things that we do not have the power to change. This is a very, very important key for developing inner peace, is to trust and to believe and to know that it's all happening perfectly. Number 9 is to develop a trust in yourself and in your own ability to handle whatever life brings your way. By consciously connecting with your higher power, with your higher self, and nurturing your trust in your own intuition, you find that it's much easier to develop this confidence and this knowing that it doesn't matter what happens, you can handle it. You will handle it. You will be okay. Everything will be okay. Everything is okay on a very deep level. Let it go and know that you can handle it. And number 10 is to practice detaching yourself emotionally from the things that are going on around you, from the ups and downs and dramas of daily life, rather than getting caught up and affected by what people are saying and doing and what's happening. Practice looking at what's going on, stepping back, stepping away into your higher self, and seeing what's going on, seeing how interesting it is, all of the interactions, all of the things that go on. You don't have to become caught up and involved. You can just step back and look and learn and know that you are in your own place of deep inner peace. I hope you've found these 10 ways of finding inner peace helpful and inspiring. If you would like to read more about inner peace, about trust, confidence, prayer, connecting with your higher self, spiritual life coaching, please visit me on choosinglifemyway.com. I'm Amanda Harvey. Blessings and joy.